Welcome to the Equipping the Saints radio talk show, an informational talk show with you in mind. So prepare your hearts and your minds to be empowered, encouraged, and equipped through today's broadcast, Equipping the Saints.
Well, hello and God bless you. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of the Equipping the Saints radio talk show. This is your host, Apostle Marcus Beckton, and truly I'm honored and pleased to have you hanging out with me for these next 30 or so minutes on the ETS talk show. I'm excited some more with what the Lord is going to say to us on today's broadcast. You know, the Bible tells us in one portion of Scripture that when we're strong, that we are to reach back and to strengthen our brother. And it's so important that when we accomplish things or when we acquire certain things in our minds or access certain things that we have within our reach, that we should turn around and be a blessing or to help strengthen others that they may be able to get to that point, to that particular point in their life that you are at in your life. And for most of you that tune in to this broadcast, each fourth Thursday is our A Better You segment. And the purpose of this is to strengthen us mentally as well as physically. And so on today's broadcast, the objective is to help us in the area of fitness and exercise, and to really to find out what we need to do. All of us need, in fact, to be exercising. But unfortunately, we all don't get the opportunity, or we don't force ourselves to be able to do that. But we have a young lady today, and I'm very honored. She's actually my niece. And she is a wonderful woman of God out of the Raleigh area. She leads and oversees a wonderful thing called Fitness by Crystal. And she is a fitness trainer, and she is doing a wonderful job, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about what she's doing, but she's doing a wonderful job in that particular area. So I'm really glad to have with us on the ETS Talk Show on today, Miss Crystal Hill. Welcome to the Equipping the Saints radio talk show.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
All
and
right.
Hello
Amen.
to everybody that's out there.
Yes, amen. And we're so honored to have you here. If you will, we'll jump before we get into the meat of the of what we're going to talk about today. Tell us a little bit about yourself and basically what you are doing before we jump into the meat of things.
Sure. I am a certified group fitness instructor, and I do classes in Raleigh through the city of Raleigh through my business, which is called Fitness by Crystal. And basically, my goal was to lose weight, and I wanted to encourage other people to do the same thing as me. So that's how I kind of started this journey. And I had people that were encouraging me, so I go and I encourage other people to do the same, to come do the healthy lifestyle, because it's not about dieting, it's about a lifestyle change. And so from the day that I started losing weight and maintaining my weight, I've been helping other people, men and women, do the same thing with the support of all the people that are around me.
Amen. That is very good. And the Bible tells us when we're strengthened, then we strengthen our brother. And so that's a very important thing that you're doing to help other people. And so I know that people's lives are being blessed by that, just by the work that you're doing, that you continue to do. We're going to jump right into it, and because oftentimes, right now, many people are becoming more conscious-minded through their doctors and through other people that's telling them that it's important to exercise. My doctor often tells me, if we can get at least 30 minutes in, and whether it's walking or whatever, that helps our body. It helps to just really helps our body in general. And so my first question is, how important is it for us to exercise?
It is very important, because I can say I'm guilty of the trying diet pills, trying starvation, all those things that many people have done. I'm guilty of doing that as well, but it wasn't until I realized that if I did not eat right and exercise at the same time, because those two go hand in hand, that I would not be successful. And I mean, when it comes to exercising, like you said, it's not like you have to exercise all day, every single day. If you can get in physical exercise every day, that is awesome, but there is also a time for rest. But, exercise, it decreases fat, it strengthens and builds your muscles. I mean, it helps me, I know personally, to have more energy. I know that when I'm exercising, I'm just more alert. It helps, your heart, your lungs, your bones. There's just so many benefits to exercising. And like I said, it's just, you can't, to me, for as far as maintaining weight and living a healthy lifestyle, you can't just exercise, but you also have to eat right. But I mean, you see people, it's very easy because you can do it. People think that, okay, I have to go out here, I have to get a gym membership. Did not have a gym membership for many years, so it's something that you do not have to have a gym membership. You don't have to spend money. You can go right outside and walk. That's one of the easiest things that you can do. So it can be on anybody's level. And, we've heard it throughout our life from our doctors. That's the one thing they always say, you got a physical activity. And it's not just for, individuals. Your children can do it. It's something you can do as a family. I make sure that my children are also involved in any type of physical activity with me because I have to be the role model for, them. If the parents are doing it, then the children are going to do it. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. Now, you mentioned, and I'm glad you said it, the point is really, as you said, just getting out and doing some physical activities. Now, what is your suggestion? What is your suggestion when it comes to the physical activities? I know oftentimes I hear 30 minutes. It's normally when you're doing the fitness trainings and things with the group that you're doing it with, are they normally 30 or 45 or up to hour sessions that you do, or how lengthy do you go?
The sessions that I do are 45 minutes to an hour long. When you're first starting out, I would suggest that you start out slow. So I would suggest that you do at least 30 minutes a day. But as the journey keeps going, that you increase that because your body's going to need it. Because what your body tends to do is it gets used to it. So you have to push it a little bit further, and you have to change it up. And you can do, there's so many things you can do, like you said, about the gym membership. I've done DVDs. You can buy weights and do that at home. And for people who like to have others, what I do is I just say, hey, I'm going to be at the track today. And I go on Facebook and I tell all my friends, hey, I'm going to be at the track today at 6 o'clock. Who wants to join me? And you'll be surprised at how many people will show up and join you. Or it don't even have to be my class. I can say, hey, on Mondays, we go to someone else's Zumba class. So I support other people. They support me. So it's, because it always is better when you have someone doing it with you. But I have learned over the years that you have to want it for yourself. So I don't have a problem working out by myself. I've done it for many years. But, there are people out there who want a partner. And, it's much better, it's funner, but you got to want to do it yourself. But, like I said, there's DVDs that you can do. There's classes, a lot of classes now. Sometimes, there's $1 classes, $5 classes. But as long as you're doing something, you can go outside and play with your children. That's a physical activity. Take your kids to the park and, just throw the ball with them. There's baseball teams. When I was younger, I did not play sports, but I played kickball. I've been on a kickball team here. So there are, through, the local parks and recreation, there are activities for adults to do. There's baseball teams, there's basketball teams. So whatever it is that you like or you have that passion for, racquetball, that's something I've tried recently. It's fun, but I never thought that it would be something I would do. But there's, as long as you're doing something, but I would definitely get in at least 30 minutes. But for me personally, I have to do at least 45 minutes to an hour at a time. But like I said, someone starting out, they want to start out slow and work their way up. Because when I first started working out, I could only do like 2 miles in 30 minutes on the treadmill. Now I can probably do double that. If I'm really, pushing, I can do a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome. Now, is it important to set a goal or set have a set point for yourself, whether his that I'm going to set that I want to lose X amount of pounds, or is it okay to do things of that nature as far as setting goals to help keep you motivated, I guess I could say?
I think that is very important, and it's very important to set small goals and long-term goals, because if you think about, like, say, I got to lose 100 pounds. When you think about 100 pounds, that's a lot, and that's a far off. So I always tell people, take it in 10-pound increments and to reward yourself. And then I also encourage people to set not just, these long-term goals, but set daily goals for yourself. Every Monday, what are your weekly goals? Like every month, what are your monthly goals? What do you want to do for the month of March, or what did you want to do for February? And then look back and say, well, did I meet those goals? What hindered me? And definitely reward yourself whenever you meet those goals. So you think about it. It could be, I want to lose 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. And you think, and you let people around you know what you're doing so they can celebrate and encourage you, to be there. And it's not always about the scale either. A lot of people, they look at the scale. I've been guilty of that as well. But it's how are your clothes fitting you? And that could be, instead of you saying in pounds, I want my goal to be, I want to be back down to a size, whatever it is, what I was when I was in, college. And it doesn't have to be always about, pounds. But you want to, if you're doing the work, you're going to lose the pounds. Mm-hmm. But definitely, I think goals are important in writing them down. I journal, so I write down, the things what I want. And, I even have, I'll be 40 in January of next year, so I have a goal for when I hit 40, I want to weigh a certain amount so that I can look good for my 40th birthday party, Just things like that, you make it about your life, your personality, what you want. And like I said, you write it down and you revisit those. It's not like a resolution where you write it down and you forget about it. That's why I tell people on Mondays, I tell my group, I'm like, okay, what are your goals for this week? What are your goals for today? What are you going to eat this week? What are you going to exercise? How are you going to exercise? And I tell them to plan it out. And workout should be like a date or a doctor's appointment, because those are things we do not tend to cancel. Mm-hmm. So I have a date today at 12 o'clock at the gym with myself.
Wow.
So, it's very, very important because, people that's just out there, free life, you got to have, just like at work, how you got to plan stuff out. It's the same thing because, like I said earlier, it's a lifestyle. In your life, you got to treat it just like that, or you will definitely get off track.
Yeah, that's true. And we only have been given one body, and we all anticipate on living a long life. And sometimes I've seen this happen that they made costly mistakes in their earlier years, and those mistakes were paid for later on in life, and because they had to suffer through certain things or whatever. And so we want to live a long, healthy life, and not a long life full of agonizing pain. And so that's so important. Now, when it comes to exercising, are there any do's and don'ts as far as things that, and I guess the first thing probably we need to look at is the don'ts. What you don't do when it comes to exercising.
Well, I would say, like, if you're new to exercising, it definitely is something you need to, talk to your doctor about what you can and cannot do. Because everybody is not on the same level. Because I always tell people, don't look at what I'm doing. You're not me. You can't do what I do. And to start out slow, because you'll get there. Because a lot of times we tend to get frustrated because we see other people, oh, Crystal's working out 5 days a week, but you have to think about what you're doing. So I would suggest, to, don't start too fast if you are not used to it, because, just like whenever you start a workout, you have to warm up and you have to stretch. If you just jump into that, you can cause injury. That's what a lot of people, I have seen it so many times. It's like they're doing great, and next thing I know, we have an injury. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, because, it's the first thing you think about is, did I stretch? Mm-hmm. Did I warm up? What did I do? Did I just get out there and start running? Or did I start walking and make my way to jogging, then running? And, and then when you start exercising, you want to look at what you're putting in your body. So, don't eat terrible before a workout or eat a large meal before a workout. Find out what are the things that you should be eating before a workout. What are things you should be eating after a workout? And then making sure that you drink plenty of water. I think water, I drink mostly just water. And I don't put other things in my house because I would be tempted to drink them. But it helps cleanse. It helps, everyone's always comments on my skin. I'm not doing anything extra than what anybody else is doing, but I can say I do drink a lot of water. And then there's a lot of things that comes with it, like I said, making sure that you're eating right, eating more vegetables, they always say your plate should be colorful. So this comes with, the whole eating right and exercising. And then also surrounding yourself around people who are supporting you. I can definitely say that I'm part of, I have to give, a shout out to the people who have supported me, my family, because you want people who are like-minded. I'm a part of a group called 28441 Fit, which is Garland's, a Garland group. We don't live there, but we're from there, and it has been such an inspiration to me because it's like family, and they notice when I'm not posting or when I'm having a bad day, and they encourage me and even giving advice on how to work out. Like the questions about I don't know everything, so everyone from different backgrounds, different fields, and then the ladies that I work out with, that's what we do. We encourage each other. We're all about the same thing. But if you have people around you who are eating incorrectly, those are not the people that you want to definitely, surround yourself with. You want to, and then making sure that you're, after you exercise, that you're stretching and that you're doing those things, taking care of your body. Because like you said, you only have one body. So, I know if I had a rough workout, I'm going to soak after because I'm, not no young person. So, just those things. Make sure you're wearing proper, if you're going to be running, that invest in good shoes. Invest in good, wear. For women, there are certain types of wear that we should have on that, but shoes, I just, I have a nice pair of bright shoes that you see on Facebook, but, you can damage your feet. Your feet can hurt. You can, if you're in the gym, you're lifting weights, make sure that you have gloves on, just because, who wants calluses on their hands? No one does. But then when you're also in the gym, making sure that you are educated on that equipment that's in there, that you just don't jump in because you've seen someone else doing it. I don't mind reading up on it or asking somebody, hey, how do I use this machine? Because, the big thing, like I said earlier, is you don't want to injure yourself by doing something that you're not supposed to do or turning a certain way. So, definitely being educated on what type of, exercising equipment that you should be using.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And you kind of touched into the area, and we appreciate that information, into the area of my next question as it relates to that of our eating, our eating habits. And I know you mentioned that our plate should be colorful and having vegetables. And you raised a very good point as far as not certain things that you should not eat prior to you exercising or you getting out and working out, and because that stuff can have a adverse effect on your workout, as well as what you should eat or whatever whenever you finish working out. And also about your water intake. And water, you can never go wrong with water and consumption of water. Now, I know water is important, and I think water is important all the time. Now, while we're working out, before and after, as well as just during the time. I've made it a habit myself of trying. I don't always get to that point, but I have lessened my consumption of soft drinks and teas and things of that nature, and things that were in. I felt like I had to have a soda when I ate certain things. I find now that I do better with just drinking just pure H2O, and that helps out a lot. Now, you have, judging from pictures, and of course I know you, and you, judging from the pictures, that you have lost yourself a tremendous amount of weight. And when it comes to, I know I didn't include about really talking about this, but this just kind of came to mind. Give a little advice, if you would, to people that may be listening, that is maybe overweight, or that they may not be overweight, but they're just wanting to trim down and lose some weight. You've done it, and you've successfully done it. And tell us a little bit, if you want to take a little time to tell us a little bit about your walk through that of weight loss, and maybe some advice you want to give to those that are that's trying to do the same thing.
Okay, sure. I'll go back to what I said in the very beginning about the eating and exercising. Eating right and exercising to go hand in hand. You can't do one without the other. So anyone, who wants to lose weight, some people say, oh, I'm just going to exercise, but then they're just eating any and everything. You can't. That can't be. Or they're just, they're not working out. Even, people who are small frame, it's not just about losing weight, but it's about being healthy as well. Because if you look at some people that's side by side, that's different shapes, because we're all made, different. But, so I do something. I eat clean when I can. And basically, that's where I'm preparing my own food. I don't eat out a lot. Like you said, I don't drink sodas, things like that. Now, one thing I can say, I don't keep everything from myself. If it's my birthday, I'm going to have a piece of birthday cake. If I go to a birthday party, I'm going to have a piece of birthday cake. But I'm also going to do that in moderation. I'm going to have one piece, and that's it. I'm not going to have the whole cake or anything like that. So also portion size is very important, because if someone looks up what a real portion size is, they will see that what we're eating is probably double what we should be eating. Even when you go to buy a soft drink, that really is 2 servings. So you should really only be drinking half of that. So for me, I don't buy junk food, because, like I said, if it's in my house, I may eat it. So I keep everything away from, out of my house. I just keep the things that I know are good for me. I make sure that I'm eating, like every 2 to 3 hours. So people, because it's not a thing where I have to starve myself. I'm eating like 5 to 6 meals, but they're not huge meals. And I don't know if you ever heard this saying that, where you're eating to live. So that means, like, when you get full, you stop. And really, when I eat, I don't really get full. I'm just eating because it's time for me to eat, and it's nutrients for my body. And so I eat a lot of, fruits and vegetables, whole grains. So making sure that, when I go there, instead of getting, even pasta, get whole grain. Bread, get whole grain. So I stay away from things like sugars, processed foods, or like refined sugars, white bread, pasta. I'll make sure that I'm reading labels. I try to buy organic. I try to eat lean meat, when I go to the grocery store. And sometimes, yes, it might cost a little bit more, but to me, it's worth it. It's worth it because I can definitely tell when I start eating bad. The way I feel changes. I feel more sluggish. And like I said, when I go away on vacation, when I come back, I've usually picked up a couple pounds. So, and I would just say that making sure that you know what you're eating. You don't necessarily have to do any calorie counting if that's what's good for you. If you have to do that, which when I first started losing weight, I did calorie count. And what that did for me was it made me aware of what I was eating. Because a good example is like a lemonade from Chick-fil-A. A lemonade, a diet lemonade versus a regular lemonade. And once I find out the difference in that, I now only drink diet lemonade. So things like that, if you know what's in the food, if you are reading your labels, it can be, it's like educating. You need to educate yourself on the foods that are out there. But you definitely, like I said, you don't have to starve yourself. There's a lot of natural foods out there. There's a lot of organic foods, like almond milk. If I drink coffee or I drink tea, I use stevia, So there are all things that you can do. So like I said, a lot of the stuff I prepare are fresh fruits. Fresh vegetables I buy. And it's not just me, but my kids love it too. My daughter will only eat fresh broccoli. She don't want it frozen. She don't want anything. So, and once, you get to that weight that you want to be, it's all about maintaining. That's why I tell people it's not, look at it as it's a way of life because you want to be able to do it for the rest of your life. Was it easy? No, not at all. But I'm glad that it was something, a journey I went down, and I would never go back, and it was worth it. And like I said, I love being able to, help other people. There's so much information out there, so make sure that you're getting the right information from the right people.
That's true. That's exactly right, and that's important because there's a lot of information that's out there, and sometimes people basically get the wrong information. So that's I'm glad that you mentioned that. And we're getting ready to wrap things up. I'm glad that because I was just thinking as you were talking, some people by orders of the doctor have to lose weight, and then some just choose. Okay, my doctor said I'm okay, but I want to get down 2 sizes or 1 size or whatever. I want to get smaller, and so and either or I know makes a person feel better, makes things easier on their life. But it is important, and one key thing that you said about your daughter and your children, and I think that for those that have children or even those that have a spouse, whenever the family comes in conjunction and cooperates with the plan as far as it makes things easier, because I'm sure then you didn't have to worry about, having to cook something separate or prepare something separate for you and then for your children different. But whenever you say your daughter, she would only eat fresh prepared broccoli, that makes it easier in the preparation, and it don't make the struggle or the temptation as bad. I often, from a pastor's point of view, I often tell families when first of the year when our church goes on fast, I encourage the families. I said, teach your children how to fast, because then it cuts your temptation down. Because as a mom or as a dad, if you're not eating and you're only drinking, or either you're doing a Daniel's fast, then here you got to prepare food that you're not going to consume for your children, and it almost kind of brings a level of temptation if you're not strong enough. But when everybody is fasting, then everybody it makes it easier for the whole household to reach that objective that you're trying to reach, and that is to lose weight, or that is to be to live a more fit life. And so that is a wonderful thing, Crystal. As we get ready to close on today, you've given us some very good information, some very helpful information. I know you're doing some things as far as in the area of fitness and helping people, would you like to give any information, whether it's on social media or if you've got any type of websites or anything that you want to share with the people, whether they can reach out to you, whether it's questions that they may have, or if they want to be a part of what you're doing? If you would like to give any information, you can.
Sure. I'm on Facebook, and my name on Facebook is C.E. Hill, so CEHILL, and I also have a page on Facebook called Fitness by Crystal. And I do have a closed page by request only. It's for women only. It's a page that it's called Health and Fitness by Crystal. We just, encourage each other. Because I always tell them you're not in competition with each other. You're in competition with yourself to do better than you did yesterday. Wow. So they can, definitely look me up on Facebook, any of those ways, and I'll be, glad to, provide my personal information to anyone who needs, some people just need one-on-one. I don't mind talking to anyone. I don't mind sending people information, just encouraging them, whether it's, sending them a text, how did today go? So I'm definitely reachable, and we have classes. Anyone who's in the Raleigh area, we have classes here every Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30, and I do have different activities that are not that day is specifically every Thursday in the area, but it's everything's on my page, where I am and what I'm doing.
Okay, awesome. Well, Ms. Crystal Hill, I do definitely appreciate you being with us on today's broadcast, and you have certainly, as I forestated, have shared some very, very good information with us, and I thank God for what you're doing in the area of health and fitness and how you're helping people to live a more healthier life and impacting lives, and that's really what it's all about, doing our assignment that the Lord has given unto us, and to be able to help each and every one that comes within, that wants to be helped within our reach. And so, again, thank you so much. And to our listening audience, our time has come to an end. We appreciate you, as always, for tuning in to each edition of the Equipping the Saints Radio Talk Show. And until the next time, please consider yourself have been equipped. Shalom.